Well, today we're going to be looking at some modelling supplies, and these are all from Temu, which is a sort of the Wish version of Wish, if that makes sense. So generally cheaper than Wish, but so far I found the products have actually been a bit higher quality than Wish, but it is hit and miss, as you'll see from I think some of these. So basically I thought, what would you need to start modelling? And would it cost a fair bit? Is it worth getting them from Wish? And I think the answer will probably end up as, possibly. So I ordered all these supplies. So they're all sort of very low budget modelling supplies. This is just something I ordered for myself, nothing to do with modelling, but I do use a little bit of modelling. But I will go through that because I was quite impressed with that. But we'll come to that last. So I thought, main thing you need for modelling is a good knife. So I can't remember, this was a couple of quid, something like that, and it was sold as a blade set, and you basically get the knife handles for free, and it's mixed blades and they're X-Acto style. I normally use a scalpel, Swan Morton scalpel with number 11 blades. My favourite, is my go-to tool for everything. This handle is covered in stuff. This has lasted me 30 years, give or take, possibly even longer. It might even be 35 years. I think it was a couple of quid. Scalpel blades you can buy in most model shops, and I like this because it's a secure blade, it's not going to come out. The handle feels nice, precision, because obviously it's designed for surgery, but X-Acto knives are good. And one of the things they're really good for is the chisel blade, which I think you get a few in here. So we've got a blade set, we've got a ruler for measuring things and cutting straight lines, a modelling board. This did turn out to be smaller than I thought, but I think it was less than a quid, it was about 80p. But you can use it for modelling, because usually when you're cutting, you're only cutting a very, very small thing, so you only need a little bit of protection. So you can use it. I did think it would be bigger. Set modelling files, which are normally very handy things to have. These do not look great quality, but we'll try them out. Set brushes for painting. These are just acrylic brushes, because I generally use all acrylic paints. I don't know what that is, but we'll get them out and have a look and try them. A pair of side cutters in garish pink, because these are, if you're making a model kit, these are super important. You can cut piece off a sprue with a knife, but side cutters, oh, so easy. And again, so I think all of this together was about 20 quid, probably less. I'll find the adverts and put them up for each one so you can see how much they all cost. But let's have a little go. So first thing, let's get the modelling board out. It just feels like a piece of modelling board. Could be compressed foam. I don't know what the measurements. It says centimetres, but normally you would have. Oh no, it is, yeah. So 10 centimetres, 20, but they've put the 1 and the 2 in the middle on the 5, which is really, really confusing. In fact, let's use our metal rule. Again, this was, I think, something about 35p. A metal ruler is always handy to have when you're modelling. This is super thin. I didn't know it would be this thin, but it's nice and flexible actually. So this is in inches, but also metric. So let's see if this matches up. Don't know which one would be right and which one would be wrong. So yeah, it matches. So we've got a knife. Let's get the ruler and a board. Let's get the knife out. As we open this. Knife to cut open, that would be ironic. Oh no, it's just, no, it's a. So let's see what we get. Oop. So, cases have come off, that's pretty. So you get two knives with blades in. Now that are the screw ones, so like an X-Acto. It's not, screws up quite tightly. It feels quite secure. So you get two of them with whatever size blade they are. Very, very pointy. and you get 2 caps for them, which is nice, handy. And then you get lots of different blades. Do these open? Oh, yep. So we've got a chisel tip blade. These are really handy, and that's the only reason I generally use X-Acto knives, because you can scrape and cut sprues off of with these really nicely. They are actually greased as well. I have had some knife sets from Wish that did turn up rusty. These are greased. So we got chisel blades. These are the same as that, I think. Yeah, that's the same. So standard pointies. Oh no, they're slightly longer than, are they? Let's get one out. It's hard to see. Number 11. Okay, so they're both number 11, which is standard. I mean, in scalpels, it's a standard pointy blade. I don't like using curved blades. Why doesn't that fit there? Because I've tried to put them in one that's already got stuff in. Don't like curved blades. I don't think you got much control. So looks like you get a few number 11s. So 11, 11, 11. So you get 3 sets of 11. There's probably about 10 blades in each, and a set of number 17, which is the chisel blade. So pretty good set of blades in there. Let's put the top on before I injure myself. Put them over there because we'll use one. We'll come to the brushes in a minute. Side cutters in a second, and that. Let's see what this is like for cutting. So I've just got some standard plasticard. These when HMV went tits up, outside the back of their shop, they put skips full of these, and they're the dividers you put in DVDs. You remember when you used to go in there? This one's Dad's Army. But it's great plasticard, so I end up with shed loads of it. So let's have a look. Let's do a straight line. Difficult to do a straight line on this small board, but we'll do a little corner. Yep, cuts it perfectly well. Let's try and do a curve. Yep, cuts it perfectly well, as you would expect. Let's I'm just in the middle of making a Boba Fett kit. Let's use the side cutters. And like I say, side cutters are really helpful. These are a little bit hefty for my liking. I normally use a much finer pair, like these. And you can just get in further. They do sell these on Wish. They're about £5.95, something like that. But I set off these because these were the cheapest. And we want to try and do a budget set. So let's have a look. So, I mean, it does what it says on the tin. So, cuts it very nicely. Let's try just cutting some sprue. It's quite hefty sprue. Didn't like going through that second one, just to make sure. Have I blunted them on one sprue? You know what? Okay, so they work there. What about there? I'm not liking it there. Let's try thin a bit. So they'll cut on the end, but not. I mean, you can dent stuff with it on the end, so they're not the greatest then. In fact, you can see. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see it, but it touches at the bottom. It doesn't actually touch at the top, which is why it's not cutting. So the knives, I'd say yes, seem okay. The side cutters, probably better to invest in a better pair than the cheapest ones on Temu. Bit disappointed in them. Let's try the knife for. I mean, it did cut that nicely on just the sprue. Oh, look at that. So the knive's really nice and sharp. Really like for scraping. Ooh, very nice. Like I said, I don't normally use X-Actos, but these are good because I find X-Actos, this comes loose and then this starts to wobble, and it's horrible. But that's a nice tight fit. Don't know how long it will last, but for the price I paid for them, be interesting to see, like cutting foam, something like that, how quickly they would dull. But yeah, you can strop these, so that's gone quite nicely. So the knives, yeah, knives are a hit, well worth it. The board works as a cutting board. Let's see, is it a self-healing one? Not really. So I don't know how long the board would last. Excuse me. Got a bit of a cough going on. So knives good, board. Let's have a look at the files. Diamond files, are they the? I mean, the handiest file is going to be your flat one. There we go. It's going to be your flat one. Let's see. A little bit rough. And this is quite soft plastic, because normally I would use, I'd use like these style hobby or nail craft foam boards, and you can sand down nicely. This plastic is pretty rubbery, so I don't think it scrapes nicely, but there's in files gone. I mean, they work as files. Let's try it on this. Actually, let's get a round one out. What have we got? I mean, you've got a nice selection. Yeah, well, they work okay on plastic card. I usually use files like this for metal kits as well. I normally use sandpaper or, like, say, the foam boards for these. So, yep, they work as files. I can't remember what the price was on these. Let's have a quick look. If they were cheap enough, I think they're going to be okay. Let's have a look. It's riveting, isn't it? Listening as I Google on the Temu site, file set. $1.98. Okay, for £2. They'll do the job. Again, I don't think they are diamond. I think they're just rough metal. Probably quite soft, but they do the job for £2. So again, always handy to have them. Paintbrushes. Let's open these. Let's see what we get. I think these are like a couple of quid as well. I'm not a great sort of snob for paintbrushes. I use Army Builder generally, stuff like that, whatever's fairly cheap, because I don't look after my brushes and they get wrecked, so I just buy new ones. They feel a bit cheap, just I think they would snap easily. So you get various ones, acrylic. I think it's meant to be an acrylic set, but usually acrylic ones are always this colour, and your watercolour for white, I think, or gesso for white. These are actually also. Yeah, we go to a nice point. Everyone else suck their brushes just to get them to a point. So these flat ones, great for dry brushing. Really handy. Go through so many of those for dry brushing. You get quite a nice set, nice fine one. These ones, not really a great use for modelling, but again, you could dry brush with them or some effects like that, but not really for anything else. Is this one? It's like a, I mean, it's loose for starters, but it's like a ball tip. Is it for sculpting? Why would you want a sculpting tool in there? It doesn't come off, but it does it look bent? I don't know what that's for. If you know what that's for, let me know. You can have it. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of dry brushing on silver. So like I say, I'm doing a Boba Fett kit at the moment, so let's do a little bit of dry brushing. on silver. What have we got? Let's dry brush. Dry brush is gauntlets. So I've got some silver. I'm going to use a little flat one. Give it a stir. And this is where your sprue cutter comes in, so you can cut a piece of sprue to stir your paint. There we go. Give it a good stir. I have got in the other room, I got one of the vibration devices. That was from, I think it was the first thing I ever sent off from Temu. It works. By the time I got it out and plugged it in, I usually just stir it with it. Let's get a bit of kitchen roll. I'm just going to dry it all off and then see how it goes. Yeah, as I thought, can you see it? Sorry. As I thought, works very well. Don't know how much that's picking up on camera, but yeah, that dry brushes nicely. Like I say, I've used these really cheap brushes before, and they're good for things like that. I don't know if I'd use them for any detail work. What I could do is, did I bring a brown in? Yeah, so I got a brown. We'll paint a bit of the cloak. This is a different one. You don't get many big. Oh, that's good. Told you they would snap. That's just gone off. So the brush is not the greatest. I would probably invest in something decent, especially if you're doing figure painting work. Do you know, it's not horrible. Doesn't show the brush strokes. I mean, you'd bet I'd push to get a paintbrush wrong, wouldn't you? I mean, they're so cheap. Probably good as disposable, but you can get a nice finish on it. They're okay. I'm not adverse to them. So what did we get out of this success-wise? Let's close these before I kick them over. Cause a mess. So the side cutters don't really match. Only at the bottom. Buy a decent set from a hobby shop or B&Q and get a thinner pair because they're quite chunky. Oh yeah, not great. So I'll put that in the no good side. Paintbrushes, yeah, good for what they are. I say probably wouldn't use them for too much detail work, but for general use, they say they're hobby brushes. I'd say they're sort of in the middle. Put them in the middle there. The files, yep, did the job. Don't know how long they're going to last. The knife, excellent. Ruler, pretty good. Very thin, but sometimes you want something that you can do a curve with. Nice and light. And like I say, it was about 30p. I put that in the good pile. The board does the job. I did not read the size properly. You get bigger ones, you can get better ones, you get good green ones from Hobbycraft, Hobby World, Hobbycraft, whatever it's called, that shop. It works, it's okay. I'll put it in the middle. So you got bad clippers, okay board, okay brushes, good files, good excellent ruler, excellent knife. The knife's a star here. I was quite impressed with that. And it's going to cost you more than I paid for that for a set of blades from a model shop, so let alone 2 knives. So that's good. So yeah, so you can, get this stuff cheap enough to start modelling. You don't need any of this gear, to be honest. I used to make FX kits, twist it off the sprues, slaver it together, not paint it. Loved it. But if you want to start sort of the hobby in a better way than that, you don't have to spend a fortune. This one, pardon me, this was on offer. So I don't have a precision screwdriver set. I did have, and I lost all the parts. So I sent off for this. It was on an offer. I think they're normally $26.99, and this was, I think, $15.99. My wife saw it, and I don't know if it's still on that offer. And it was 120 weight 8-in-1. They thought, okay, we'll give it a go. So it came, and it's very heavy. You get all these different bits. And I thought, it's going to be rubbish, isn't it? For that price, it's going to be rubbish. So the box was ripped to start with. Always a good start. But actually, let me open it up. It turned out to be pretty good. So it's quite a nice case, matte finish, feels quality, doesn't feel cheap plastic. It's got all different shapes and that to tell you what's what, and it's like the is it Trumpton or Chigley, that music box where the top pulled out, and then this opens up. One of them, there we go, one of them doesn't have hinges on, so you pop it open and it rolls out, and I was really impressed. They all feel like good quality stuff. I've tried them on some tough old screws and none of them have sheared off straight away. You get a really nice set of tweezers, and they do actually touch really well at the end. Great for modelling. It's one thing I didn't send off for, and I should have done, because you need a decent tweezer set. I'm trying to get this out because it's brand new. Pardon me. So you get a handle with a twist top so that you can twist or do that, and all these little bits just fit into there. Magnetic, which was a surprise, because normally when you tip it up they fall out on these cheap sets, and it worked quite well. You get long reach screwdrivers. I don't know if you see them, I can't really get them out. This was strange. You've got a sort of a modelling tool. I don't know what it's for. In a screwdriver set, it's got a flat blade on each end. Don't know what it's for. Could be handy. But the other thing you get, I suppose you could use it for getting your bits out of this. There's a good grip on it. Then you get a snake part, so you can screw round corners, which you don't normally get in these small sets. And you get every tip you could ever think of: sockets, tips, security driver bits. So yeah, so I thought for like 15 quid, I was very impressed with it. I think it's gone back up. I think I looked earlier and it's gone back to like 26, but even at 26 I think it's pretty much a bargain. How long before I lose all the parts? Probably about a week. But yeah, impressed with that. That was a nice set, and it folds up, clicks together, doesn't fall apart. So happy with that one. Can go in the tool set. But yeah, it's worth having a look at Wish. I'm not Temu. I'm not affiliated with them in any way. Just been using them. The delivery is super quick on them from China. It's really mad. It's like a week if it's in stock. And so far I don't think anything has been totally rubbish, apart from those clippers. Everything's been at least usable, which is more than I can say for stuff I bought off Wish. But yeah, if you want to start modelling, you don't have to spend a fortune. You can get all this stuff from your modelling shop as well if you want to support your local modelling shop, which is always a good idea. But otherwise, thanks for watching. If you want to see more of these sort of videos looking at the accoutrement of modelling, let me know, and I'll see you again next time. Thanks then, bye.